and will lead to increase in criminal activities in the state.
This is a guise of creating a state police of its own terror squad, and their victims are going to be the opposition parties, members. And from the law that established this particular group, the Neighborhood Safety Watch, they have the power like of the police force. They can detect crimes, they can investigate crimes, they can arrest perceived offenders, they can as well prosecute, and they will also bear arms to hunt their opponents.
They also spoke on the visit of President Muhammadu Buhari to the state, saying it would be of great benefit to the people.
President Buhari, please, we hear you're coming to River State, to visit River State because of insecurity. Know you today that your Minister of Transportation is the first man that is bringing insecurity in River State. Know it that if you say you are fighting corruption, that on your nation's head there is a white paper of corruption, of all the destruction of River's economy on his head.
The group called on the Inspector General of the Police to put a stop to the neighborhood watch set up by the governor.
The Federal High Court dismissed the 13 counts of money laundering and passport fraud instituted by the federal government against a 7th Justice of the Supreme Court, Justice Sylvester Nguta. Justice Nguta was among the judicial officers whose houses were raided by the operatives of the Department of State Service, DSS, in October 2016. Nguta was subsequently charged with various corruption offenses by the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation. The Justice Shoho, whose ruling was anchored on an earlier judgment of the Court of Appeal, held that the preconditions for instituting judges against a judicial officer was not met before charging Justice Nguta. The appeal court dismissed the charges instituted by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission against the Federal High Court judge on the basis that a 7th judge cannot be investigated or prosecuted without being first disciplined by the National Judicial Council. The Federal High Court in Lagos has fixed April 9 to rule on the application for overseas medical treatment of a 3rd accused, Olajumoke Olanrewaju. Olajumoke Olanrewaju is standing trial alongside a former minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Jumoke Akinjide, over a 650 million naira fraud. Akinjide is being prosecuted by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on the FCT along with the Petroleum Resource Desiani Alison Madueke. Madueke is however said to be at large. Also charged is the former Senator Ayo Adeosun and Olanrewaju, who is the People's Democratic Party chieftain. When the case came up, Akinola Olajide Council informed the court of a motion of notice seeking permission for the 3rd accused to travel to the U.S. for medical treatment. The Lagos State Independent National Electoral Commission, LASIEC, says it is fully prepared for the local government by-elections in the state on Saturday, March 24th. The by-election is scheduled to hold in Ward B, Ogunloko, and Ward B, Dopemu, in the Oshodi, Solo, and Agege local government areas of the state, respectively. LASIEC Chairman Ayotunde Phillips, who disclosed this at the Commission's office in Yaba, said the Commission is working with relevant security agencies and other stakeholders to ensure security of lives and properties before, during, and after the elections. Phillips, however, warned that anyone who is attempted to scuffle the election would face the full wrath of the law. The International Organization for Migration have assisted 149 Nigerians back into the country. The program manager, Migration Management Nigeria, Abraham Tamrat, handed over the returnees to the Southwest Zonal Coordinator of the National Emergency Management Agency, Yakubu Suleiman. Suleiman, who advised the returnees to shun the urge to seek greener pastures outside the country, said most countries that are craving to run are still grappling with economic and social economy problems, while Nigeria just overcame recession. He also said the government at the federal and state level have lots of incentives for the returnees for their rehabilitation and reintegration to complement the efforts of the European government. Coming up on SuperScreen News at 8. The federal government appointed Joseph Nana as NACSIM chairman. That's in business. These and many more stories coming your way after this break.
I'm here to talk to you about the Infinity Card. The Infinity Card is a preloaded card that provides safer, easier, and faster financial services. Because it's not linked to any bank account, it eradicates the risks of exposure to your bank accounts. With it, you can plan your giving and expenses while staying within your budget. The Infinity Card works perfectly well for online transactions. With the self-service reloadable plan, it helps you diversify and distribute with no stress. It can be used to make withdrawal on any ATM nationwide. It offers a safe and secure alternative to handling bulky cash, since it's acceptable at any point of sale. Concerned about security? We've got you covered. Apart from eliminating the risks of exposure to your bank accounts, the Infinity Card is secure as an entity. Don't go another day without it.
For more information, visit www.myinfinitycard.com or call 0908-248-0591. The Infinity Card is also available at face value and loadable at any quick teller enabled ATM across the country.
Welcome back. And on the business scene, the former deputy governor at Central Bank of Nigeria, Joseph Nana, has been appointed as the chairman of the Nigerian Export-Import Bank, NEXIM, by the federal government. The appointment is contained in a statement signed by Tayo Midiji, NEXIM Bank Head of Strategy and Communications in Abuja. The statement said the Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun, had inaugurated the board and charged them to ensure effective operations that would help exporters in the country. The new chairman, Nana, brings to bear his rich experience as an economist and banker over the last 3 decades, during which he has been involved in policy formulation and development of financial markets. The Senate has rejected one member of the nominees of President Muhammadu Buhari for the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria. The upper chamber also confirmed 3 other nominees for the position, as well as accept 2 candidates for the post of the Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. The decision of the upper chamber is sequel to a report by the Senate Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Institutions, headed by Senator Rafiu Ibrahim. Details in this report.
Senate has rejected the nomination of Sheikh Madugu as a member of the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria. According to the lawmakers, the rejection of Madugu is due to his long years in the public service, which may hamper his productivity on the long run. The Senate also confirmed the nomination of Adeola Adenikinju, Aliyu Rafindadi, and Robert Chikwendu, respectively.
Having been satisfied, that's our recommendation, with the academic and professional qualification, competence, work experience, suitability, and character of the aforementioned 3 nominees, hereby recommend that 1, that the Senate do confirm the nomination of the following nominee of Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief, as member of the Monetary Policy Committee.
In his remark, Senate Majority Leader Ahmed Lawan advised the executive to present another nominee who is better qualified to replace the rejected Madugu. Meanwhile, the Senate also confirmed the nomination of Aisha Ahmed and Edward Lamthek for appointment as deputy governors of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN.
Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Professor Adeola Festus Adenikinju as a member of the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Dr. Professor Adeola Festus Adenikinju is hereby confirmed as a member of the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Dr. Aliyu Rafindadi Sanusi as a member of the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria? Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Dr. Aliyu Rafindadi Sanusi is hereby confirmed as a member of the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Will the Senate confirm the nomination of Dr. Robert Chikwendu Osagwe as a the member of the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Dr. Robo Chikwendo Asagwe is hereby confirmed as a member of the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Distinguished colleagues, let me Senate confirm the nomination of Mrs. Aisha Ahmed as Deputy Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nomination of Mrs. Aisha Ahmed is hereby confirmed as Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria.
Only time will tell which candidates will be nominated by the President as a worthy replacement for the rejected nominee, even as the positive signs continues in the Senate.
The Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, has called on states to key into the programs and policies of the federal government in developing the nation's transportation sector. Amechi made the call at the ongoing meeting of Nigerian Transportation Commissioners in Abuja. The Minister of Transportation, Rotimi, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary, Sabiu Zakari, said the forum would offer the transport sector much required intergovernmental partnership for formulating and executing pro-people's policies, programs, and projects. Zakari said the ministry had developed and would continue to develop several projects and programs that will require collaboration with the states in order to ensure effective implementations. Still talking business, the Federal High Court in Lagos has restrained the Lagos State government from enforcing the provisions of its new hotel occupancy and restaurant regulations of 2017. The law introduced a 5% consumption tax in addition to a 5% value-added tax on every purchase or service rendered by hotels, restaurants, and fast foods, even event centers, bars, and nightclubs. In the ruling on March 21, 2018, Justice Rilwan Aikawa restrained the law from further enforcement. The judge said the law would remain suspended until the final determination of a suit filed against the government by registered hoteliers and trustees of Hotel Owners and Managers Association of Nigeria. The judge also